brilliant change of pace, 3.48 ERA. Ninth appearance for him. Coy Anderson getting the filth. That is his 6th strikeout of the season. Silver lining season for Vanguard. But Fresno Pacific, they are charging hard towards Santa Barbara. There's only one spot remaining. Will it be Fresno? Will it be Hawaii Pacific? We'll find out over the next 5 innings. It's 8-0, Fresno up.
Sunbirds saw Westmont in a brutal series stretch.
Oh, off the leg of Cabral. It's still going to be fielded by Wheelock, and I think we've seen it all at this point. I mean, you talk about the Knob double play. You talk about the Martinez 5-3 double play. I mean, now you get a 1-3 putout without even having to touch his glove.
Yeah, and I mean, you've said this already on the broadcast a handful of times about how it's just kind of been that season.
You guys didn't
for
believe
Vanguard.
Me.
No, I believed you. It's just insane to watch, with my own 2 eyes unfolding in front of me over the last couple of, days.
It's a 1-2 for Cabral against Avitia. Chopped over his head, and it'll be a 2-out single that leaves the infield for Evan Avitia. Similar chop there. Unfortunately, for Cabral, did not have the close proximity as it did for last time, where it took a fortunate bounce over to Wheelock. Well, I tell you what, we have an expression over at Vanguard University. There's 3 things in life that bring us joy: ice cream on a hot summer day, white Christmas morning, and Coy Anderson pitching. And we get one of those right now, as it's just a unique delivery, as this ball will find its way to the outfield. Johnson says, I don't care how much you love Coy Anderson. We're going to go ahead and find our way for the second hit of the ball game for Johnson.
All of which came around to score.
Pulled. It's going to be in and out of the glove of Colton Perez. Anderson is going to do the shovel play over to Anderson. It gets away. Both runners are going to try to move up. Cody White will eat it, and that's going to be a miscue for Vanguard. Colton Perez probably better off eating that ball. You appreciate the effort the way that Gallegos did when Colton Perez was on the hill, if you remember from game 1 today, the underhand toss leading him. But this time the shovel play trying to be Patrick Mahomes does not turn out to be successful. While you're doing it, you're doing your hamstring stretches. Chopped over the head of Coy Anderson, and it is a bludgeoning right now. It is 9-0, and a lazy throw coming in. Vanguard didn't even bother trying to cut him down. There was there was a hesitation over at third base to put the stop sign on, and then they said, okay, you're going to take your time getting to the ball. We'll make it 10-0. Scott was warming up for Vanguard. We saw him pitch a little bit yesterday. Right center gap may be found. Gallegos has a ways to go, and it does. One hop off the base of the wall. Easter Harrison with a brief bobble out there as he was the one to grab it, and it is going to be 2 runs coming across. Well, it looks like the man in year 21, Coach Hirschhorn, is finally going to call off the Dogs after a heck of an offensive performance through the first 3 games in 3 innings. They're up 12-0, so he will make a couple of changes. You got Sui in at first, Riley in center field, and Isla coming in at short. Still the same man on the hill in Cabral. Sir clips off, and they're going to check on the home plate umpire. Lopez is doing him a courtesy. He says he's good to go. He's built for tough. City ordinance against that. So, nice change of pace for them to be able to play underneath the lights. It's Cabral, another strikeout for himself. He's starting to rack him up here, isn't he?
Yeah, and again,
Lopez. They get the force at second base. Cabral is efficient, lets the one man get on, but he's completed 4 innings of work. They've been shut out. It is 12-0. We're halfway through the 7-inning contest. The man who you've been alluding to all series long is finally going to get a crack here. It's going to be TJ Smith coming to the plate to face off against Vanguard.
Yeah, Smith came up a little bit lame in one of the games against Concordia, so didn't see him at all on Tuesday down at Azusa Pacific, and the first time that we're seeing him here today. He was also one of the 10 seniors honored here on Senior Day, so maybe not even still at 100%, but in a 12-0 game, good enough to get an at-bat in on his final game here at home.
The 1-1 lifted.
That one's got some carry to right
Yes, it
or
does.
left center.
Happy Senior Day, TJ Smith. And you see him hobbling around the base pass. What a tribute, though. You don't need a run. You can take however long you want around the base pass. He goes yard and has that altered gait.
Yeah, you're exactly right, though. TJ says, I don't need to run the bases fast if I deposit one over the left center field wall. That ball had some carry. The wind is blowing out that way. 4:03 to the flagpole in left center field for T.J. Smith.
5th home run of the season, and I was getting ready to talk about what he did against Vanguard last year. He played in all 4 games, went 2 for 9 combined, did draw 4 walks.
Nice to see that that's continued here.
Caught in the air by White. It took him a second to transfer from glove to hand, and that will allow Braxton Riley to get back safely. Looked like he came a little bit too far off the bag, but as I just said, White took a couple extra beats. Anderson. Another ball pulled through the left side. Stop sign is given rather quick. Joshua Sir will bring it back into the infield. 16 hits. And Dessert hasn't even hit the oven. That curve slider mix that just breaks away. Good overlay for him. Pulled on the ground to Derflinger. Handles it with ease. Fires over to first. One hop over to Perez. He kept the toe down somehow. Awkward, but he gets the job done. Despite all the pomp and circumstance, only the 1 run comes across in the bottom of the 4th. It is a baker's dozen, 13-0 going to the 5th. Back here on the PacWest Network, J.J. Johnson alongside Eric Bentley, as we have an absolute blowout here as we ended the inning. Said that they put up a baker's dozen. Figured they'd be a perfect segue into a little gift that I have for you, Eric Bentley, as we'll see Cabral fire upstairs. There's tradition at Vanguard started by the Heiner family. Jake Heiner, every time her son starts, she delivers a baked good to the team, and then she started these last 2 years delivering them to the crew upstairs. Obviously, she didn't know how many people were up here at Fresno, but Derflinger cracked this one over into foul territory. So she did deliver a few to me and said, hand them out. So a baked good from Mrs. Heiner as her son did start game 1 today. Not going to happen here, though, as Vanguard is down.
I hope not.
This actually isn't Vanguard's largest deficit of the season. Derflinger uncorks one to left field. Almost a robbery, but not to be. Derflinger barely leaves the yard at 351 feet. Johnson gave it a good look out there in left field, but Vanguard finally breaks the goose egg. Looking to strike out the side. Not to be there, but it is still the 3rd out of the inning. Derflinger takes the 0 off the board for Vanguard, but still it is all Fresno Pacific. We'll be back in a moment. It's a 12-run differential. Well, here in the 5th inning, we've got a slew of changes. There's 10 men on the field. 5 of them are different. New man on the bump is Tyler Prestico, getting his 2nd crack. Moving from left to right is Joshua Sir, who records the out in foul ground for the 1st out on the 1st pitch. Tristan Gallegos moves from right to first, where he's usually playing. Exiting the contest is Colton Perez. In his stead is Jackson Davis, who now inserts in left field. And the man who you just saw fly out into foul ground was Carson Sandoval. So we say hello and we say goodbye.
Yeah, when you got a 12-run advantage, you can't be too mad about first pitch outs.
On the ground, hot hit. Durf handles it. Fires over to first. 2 pitches, 2 outs for Tyler Prestico, and he has already surpassed his completed innings worth of work from yesterday, where he only lasted a 1/3. He's completed 2/3 now, and I'm sure he's thankful for that, considering he doesn't want to work too long here in the bottom of the 5th. Bodie Verners, the catcher who came in defensively, will get his first crack here.
Good pitch.
Crooked for Prestico. He's got his 18th strikeout of the season. Season of silver linings, but it has been belt to bottom for the team from the 5-5-9. We are going to go to the top of the 6th here on the PacWest Network. Von Jack 5 for 22 this season. The RBI opportunity. Alford gets his first punchy of the season. The switch hitter Davis. We go crooked again. He turns him into a Picasso.
Ever called stunt?
I have not. It's my color actually for baseball. As he pulls a string here. Another strikeout. He strikes out the side. Here in the 6th inning. It is 13-2. Vibes couldn't be higher here in Fresno. Riley. Swing and a miss there. And he will go down. Tyler Prestico's got another K. And this is a much better performance for him, considering what happened yesterday. But still, as you mentioned, go ahead and look out in right center, and that's the storyline. For Styko. 2 Ks to his name. Called strike. Another fun tidbit for you. That was the first time Vanguard has lost this season when a game has been decided by exactly 2 runs. Weird quirk, but you see the score. We're just trying to fill time right now.
Hey, I tell you what. Again, you understand too. It's always nice to have a partner on a broadcast, especially in games like this. It's always fun, regardless. But some issue with the music computer over there.
Tyler Prostyko.
I'll take the blame for that. That's my work computer that is doubling as the music computer over there. So
if you remember, we alluded to this. His nickname is Psycho Prostyko, so probably not the guy that you want to make upset. Lopez blocks, but it doesn't matter. It's going to be the walk, as Prostyko, I'm sure, is going to attribute that walk to the booth up here, and I'm sure I'll hear from him on the bus ride back. Maybe I should start heckling up here, spice things up, and get thrown out. I'm sure my AD would love to hear that report.
Well, what would we do then if you get tossed? I'm the one that has to escort you off the property, so then we're without a broadcaster, period. So let's not do that.
Let's just spice it up, you know. Prostyko gets one bought for him by Dash Lopez. It's 0-2 with the 2 runners on. Facing off against Prostyko. 1-2.
Yeah,
he did not hold up. Prostyko retires all 3 via the K, and he will take one last pat of the mound, as that was the last time he will pitch at the college level. Good for him. But you still see the score. It's 13-2. Fresno Pacific try to turn out the lights. 2-1. Lifted high in the air. It's foul territory. It'll be Bodie Verner's discarding the mask. He retreats back, makes the underhanded grab for the second out. And now the Sunbirds, if they didn't feel it for the last 3 hours, they can feel it now. 2-1. Over the head of twos. It's going to be a tough play to end it. The fire over to first is going to get away. Sir will not, as it looked like one of the Fresno Pacific men might have aided that one in staying in place, sticking a hand up, ricocheted off of him, but it still just be Sir getting the infield single. Senior tribute for Coach Pegg and company, as we talked about Jesus Barreto yesterday, how much he means to this ball club and how much respect. You remember he struck out the side yesterday. He will get to pinch run for the first time. He's been coaching first base for whenever he hasn't been active for Vanguard. He is going to get on the base pass. Been calling him Unk. There's a reason he was retrieving the foul balls. I told you yesterday, got to make sure the blood is flowing for the man from La Mirada. Vondrak, did he go? He did not.
Looked like he did from up here, but no use in splitting hairs with an 11-run ball game.
Twos. Trying to do a job. Lift it to center field. Fresno Pacific will not bid adieu just yet. They are guaranteed 2 more games as they will head out to Santa Barbara to take on the Golden Eagles of Concordia. 1 game at a time, right? Got to take on Concordia first in that 2-3 matchup. And the field is set. Point Loma versus Westmont in what will be an all-time matchup between those 2 teams. Looking for revenge are the Sea Lions after last year. But, of course, the story of the night, the Fresno Pacific Sunbirds complete the sweep, sending Vanguard to Jamaica. But that's going to be it for me.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, JJ, appreciate having you on the call with us up here in the press box. Obviously, great baseball sports mind in general. Obviously, provided a lot of insight and depth, and we really appreciate you having you on.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys having me out here for these 4 games. And so we will say goodbye, for me at least. We'll stick around for the post-game show with Eric Bentley afterwards, after a brief break. But on behalf of our entire crew, I'm JD Dunt saying so long from Fresno. Good luck, Sunbirds, and Santa Barbara.